Hey y'all. Let's see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, no, maybe. Hey Orpheus, how are you? Can y'all hear me? I'm not sure. Okay, do I sound better than I did yesterday? Or no? Hopefully I do. Hello everybody. Okay, so I have some things to say. Okay, so yesterday obviously did not go as planned. My B. I need to start doing like my homework before I do things. Um, no, you can't hear me very well. Oh, okay, cool. Hello there, Only Hunty. A lot of people came from TikTok. Okay, yeah, last night did not go how I thought it was going to go. I didn't do my research, and I ended up finding out that a lot of people who are doing the movie nights, how they're doing them is they're doing like a whole screen share type of deal, and they're not necessarily like doing it the right way. So I guess maybe I need to figure that out. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, but yes, I see so many familiar names. How are you? And also last night I came across a lot of games that I feel like y'all might like. One being I found a game actually where you guys will be able to scare me. And pretty much it's like a community game. It's called Raiku's Fragments. And if any of you have ever played Jackbox, it's kind of like that, where basically I give you a website, you join in, and you place different traps around a haunted house, and basically y'all will be able to see who scares me. So I want to start that for Friend Friday. I definitely want to do movie nights, but I do need to get that figured out. One thing that is going to happen today, but I'm going to have to stream it from my PlayStation itself, is I will be finishing Outlast finally. Anybody who has been here for a while knows that I don't like staying on one game for long. I give it 3 days and that's it. This will be the third day that I play it, so I gotta finish it. You have no fear, what you mean? Y'all might be able to scare me, and quite honestly, I was talking to Last King about this. I think I mentioned it to him. Whomever can scare me may win something. If you can give me a jump scare, you may win something. If that sounds good. Except Dead by Daylight. I'm still gonna be on Dead by Daylight. I also did something else last night. I played Phasmophobia. I did a little play with Seeker and Looking Rain. There goes Seeker. How are you? Um, Grain. That's her name. I thought it was Seeking Rain. Oh, well, either way, that's who I played with, and they weren't as brave as I was, obviously. Um, which is funny because I'm the one that antagonized the ghost and called her a whore, but she killed them. But yeah, I do want to play that on stream, definitely. And if anybody wants to play with me, that's definitely an option. Um, but mainly, I felt really bad about movie night because I didn't do my research on it. Let's see, I want to stay, but I'm about to faint from sleep deprivation. Please go to sleep. Please go to sleep. Sleep is good. Seeker has spoke. Hold on. So hold on a minute. Your name is not speaking rain. It's I'm so confused. You should play stuff from that Pixelized game. I don't know what that is. Um, yes, I was falling apart trying to stay awake. Now it's speak in grain. Okay, speak in grain. So your nickname is Grain now. Pikachu got to get back to work. Just one. Okay, Dark. I know it's like a random less chatting kind of thing, but I did feel really bad for last night. I apologize. I'm new. But yeah, I have found a lot of really fun games that I do want to play, but I'm really looking forward to it's either Reiko or Raikou. I'm looking really looking forward to that. I don't know what the prize is going to be. I'm not sure yet. Um and a matter of fact, I'm going to nerf a lot of stuff from my old setup. So it could be something from that. It could be money. It could be anything. I don't know. But whoever can scare the shit out of me. Would you ever play GTA on stream? I mean, it doesn't really go with my like whole shtick. I don't know. But I mean, there's a lot of murder. So that can be scary. So maybe, I don't know. Would y'all want to see me play GTA? I don't know. I changed my user. It was Ivy. Okay. Bowling them under the table. I actually like that. Bowling under the table. Bowling them under the table. Okay. My driving in GTA is a horror story. Listen, if y'all have seen plus size Barbie in here, I don't think anybody's driving can get worse than hers. Not a soul. Have you ever been in the car with someone on GTA and their driving is so bad you just jump from the moving vehicle on the highway? It's kind of like that. How about the Resident Evil remakes or Little Nightmares? I do want to get back into Little Nightmares because I did buy the game, but I kept killing that child and I felt bad. Some streamers use alternative accounts to do a variety of things. That could be an option. That could be an option. I didn't think about that. I could do that. Hmm. Um, but yeah, and then I also wanted to ask, do y'all like this just chatting thing? Cause I like it. I like coming and talking to you guys. Or an off theme day? Ooh, I could do an off theme day. She not here to defend herself. Listen, I would say the same thing if she was here. One, and then two, I'm telling no lies. Her driving is trash. Okay. So yes, I love chatting. I want to do like if y'all look in the channel point areas, there are things y'all can redeem about like story time or Robin facts that would be good for just chatting. I've already kind of given away the Robin facts in the story time. Like I've told all the like really juicy ones, so y'all kind of missed it. I don't know. I like just chat. I wish I could do music, honestly, but I don't want them to like mute my stream or anything. So, see, Last King, you're admitting that it is. It's horrible. I love her to death though, but her driving is not great. I would not get in a car with her in real life. I'm scared. Look up royalty free music. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. But yeah, there's like redeemable things where that would be good for just chatting, like Robin facts, um story time or whatever. I already shared the stories about the cult thing, which some of y'all might have heard that. I know Orpheus and I think Seeker was there for that. Um and then we got the time I didn't know I was pregnant. A couple of y'all were there for that. And then the Dawn dish soap guy. So yeah. Thank you for the bits. Yes, the cult thing. Y- Listen, that was a scary story. Tell them again. Oh, Mike. And Mike is sober. Hey from Sober Mike. Free food will get you every. Listen, okay, yes, I was in a cult for a whole month. Did not know it was a cult, but I was blinded by how good the food was. I know that sounds really stupid, but I was really young and really stupid. So, yeah. Hey, Moonlight, how are you? Also, Moonlight is who does my emotes. The matter of fact, whoever is sub to me, can you drop those emotes one at a time, please? Moonlight is who does my emotes, and she does like a really, really, really good job. Thank you for that follow. It's Lucy. Thank you for joining me. Yes, those wonderful emotes were done by Moonlight. She's very talented. I love it. But my favorite one now is actually the hype Mike Myers. That's my favorite one. I do have the best emotes. Am I on Streamlabs? I am. I am on Streamlabs. You can show them. Oh, you can show them the transition pages I made. Oh, yes, I can do that. Also, Seeker made me some transition pages. I'm going to show y'all those really quick. I'm still here. Um, okay, yes. Those are the ones he made. I like the one that's talking about demons in the yard or some shit. I like him. So yeah, I've met some really, 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 really good people who have helped me a lot. Seeker has shown me a lot about Streamlabs that I was like super confused about. I had no idea what I was doing. So yeah. Yes, technical difficulties will be blamed on Skydaddy. So my banner does look amazing because my banner was done by Moonlight. And thank you for that sub. They've subscribed for 2 months actually. Subiversary. 2 month subiversary. But yeah, somebody asked me to redo the stories. If y'all would like. It is kind of embarrassing though. So I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to like I'm still kind of new to Streamlabs though. So let me see. But I am glad I sound better today. Where we at? Here we go. Okay, redo the stories. I could have sworn that you were there for some though. Nikki. If it helps, Robin, I technically accidentally started a cult. Wait, how did you accidentally start a cult? I'm intrigued. I want to start one, but not like the weird one where you have to drink the Kool-Aid and die, but like the cool, like, you know, a cool one maybe. That'd be great. Can we be your listen? That would I mean, I wouldn't want to call y'all like cultists though. I would want it to be something like really cool. Cultist sounds like, you know, here I'm proud of your. Oh, I just want to say to you and everyone here, I'm so proud of your everlasting growth. When we met, you had about 500 followers. I am so so happy you're getting the recognition you deserve. It's amazing seeing your journey. Thank you, Moonlight. Yeah, we okay, Moonlight. I met her in the beginning, I believe. Yeah, it was in the beginning. I only joined like 3 days ago. Oh, okay. So the story of the cult that I was in for a month and I was not aware. And if you've already heard it, I'm sorry. But I get to go in a little bit more depth though, cause since this is a just chatting. So I had just moved to like a military town here where I live at, and me and my daughter we were in Walmart. I was doing grocery shopping, you know, whatever. And a lady approaches me. She's really nice. We strike up a conversation, and we end up walking around the store, just chatting and talking. Well, before we went our separate ways, she asked me, "Hey, since you're new here, do you have a church here?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." So she was like, "Well, here's the card to my church." So I look up this church. Turns out the church is within walking distance of my apartment. I'm like, okay, cool. Um, so Sunday comes along and I'm going to go to this church. And I walk in, and the first strange thing that I see is that men are sitting on the right and women are sitting on the left. So I didn't want to be rude or anything. That was kind of creepy, but I was like, okay, I'm going to stay. I'm going to give it a chance. So I settle in, and I mean, it's like regular church until the pastor is like, we're going to do praise and worship. And I'm like, okay, fine. These people like praised and worshiped on cue. And I mean, they would roll on the floor and moan and all of that. Robin, like, red flag. Listen, there were plenty of red flags. I just, like, that was my first time there, and I didn't want to be rude to old girl. Okay? She invited me. So after church, which this was a church that was filled with a lot of Hispanics, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and they had like the best fucking food. Okay, so after church, we all went to like the cafeteria area or the dinner area, and I fucked it up. Okay, it was so delicious. I was like, I'm coming here next Sunday. Okay, fast forward to next Sunday. So the next Sunday, this guy actually approaches me and he like asked me out. So I was like, okay, he's cute. He's in the military. That's cool. Whatever. Um, then he tells me that we first have to get permission from the pastor before he can take me out anywhere. So how this church works is you go to the pastor, who they like to call Lieutenant Dan. You go to the pastor and you have to ask if you can like date. And if he says no, then you cannot talk to that person. But if he says yes, do your thing, but with chaperones. I learned they had to have chaperones like after. Okay? Came for the cult, stayed for the food and the romantic prospects. Listen, if you fine, you fine. I don't care where I meet you. Okay? I mean, I've seen a couple of fine motherfuckers on TikTok, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, Forrest Gump cult. Yes, they did call him Lieutenant Dan, and that's because obviously his name was Daniel, and he used to be in the military. Again, it's a military town. So, some odd things that happened. All the married couples within the church focus like, "Bull, how are you? I see you." Okay, all the married couples that were within the church lived together. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you what my stupid idea of this was. I thought these people were being like fiscally responsible. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's dope, that they all stay together. Thank you for that follow. I can't pronounce your name, but I'm talking to you. Okay, so yeah, all the married couples live together. And they lived in this really big house in the country club, and the house was barely furnished. Now that I really think about it, they used to have cookouts and stuff there. They could have been swingers. I don't know. Maybe. All the couples, like if you were married and if you had met in the church and you got married, you lived together. You all lived together. Okay. So all of this stuff sounds really stupid saying it out loud that I didn't know when before, but early 20s me was dumb as fuck. And I loved food. Okay? So, yes, that was a cult. Okay, so another thing that happened is they had a service that was called Q&A service. And basically what you did here was it was pretty much you asked the pastor questions, you put it in a box, so it was anonymous, and he would read it out and answer the question. So somebody put in the question and they ask, is having a TV okay for news and media purposes? So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, wait, these motherfuckers don't have TVs? That's crazy. So the pastor was like, what's on TV? And nobody answered. So he said it again. "What's on TV?" Nobody answered. So he says in the loudest, most booming voice, "Fornication." And he was like, "Who here has a TV?" And I mean, I had like 3 of them motherfuckers in my house, but I wasn't gonna say. But Nicole, the girl who brought me into this shit show, was like, she has TVs. She told on me. All right. So he comes to me and he's like, "We can get together and pray together and get rid of your TVs together." I bought them motherfuckers. Are you gonna give me money for new TVs when I dip on y'all? Because that's gonna happen in like 2 weeks. I left like 2 weeks later. Okay. So let's see. Another strange thing that happened is everybody in this church had really nice cars, like new cars, Navigators, Escalades, Mercedes, Cadillac, like nice fucking cars. Okay. So what was happening is he was handling their finances. Like they would hand in paychecks to him sometime. I learned this after. And then also, like I said, it was a military town, so a lot of the men there were in the military, and it was about the time that a lot of them were going overseas, Afghanistan, Iraq, etc. Um, so whenever they would go, they would leave him in charge of their finances so the wife wouldn't spend all their money. So, and the pastor would give the wife a monthly allowance. I learned that after. Yes, like an allowance. Their pastor put screen time limits and parental controls on their flip phones. Funny you say that. Funny you say that, actually. Because I don't recall ever seeing a motherfucker with a phone. So anyway, Nicole invites me to her house for dinner. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm down to come for dinner. Nicole was Puerto Rican. And I love Spanish food. I am a whore for Spanish food. I love it. The rice, the beans, the chicken, the empanadas, arroz con gandules. There you go. All of it. I love it all. Okay? Sofrito, all of that. So Nicole invites me for dinner and I'm like, I'm down. So I go to Nicole's house. And this was before the TV incident. I should have told this before. This was before the TV incident. When I walked into Nicole's house, I noticed that she did not have a TV in the living room. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Some people are like that. Some people don't have a TV in the living room. I don't know. It's not my house. I don't pay your fucking bills. So we eat and we have like good conversation at the table. And she was like, okay, well, are you ready? I'm like, are you kicking me out? You mean, am I ready to go? Like, what? She was like, did you bring your Bible with you? Actually, no, I didn't. She was like, it's okay. I have one for you. So she pulls out like this chest full of fucking Bibles. Okay? So I'm like, all right. Me and this woman sat there for, I don't know, an hour. I'm like, I have the itis. I'm tired. I'm full. I'm sleepy. And we're just sitting there like reading the Bible. She's reading the Bible. I'm just kind of there with a blank stare on my face. So, yeah. Turned out, yeah, she had no TVs in her home. Also, the women were not allowed to shave, wear earrings, wear makeup, anything. They all wear their hair in buns on top of their head. And they all wore denim skirts. So, yeah. Now, here goes what made me leave. Okay? This is the night I got fucking terrified and food was not enough. All right? So, they were having revival. And if you were raised in the denim skirts are a dead giveaway, okay? But pastel, have you ever had pastelas that's good as fuck? Okay? So anyway, no, it was not with the Pilgrim shoes, but they did wear the fuck out of some Skechers and New Balances. So, not the cool kind, like the thick kind. So anyway, what finally made me go was they were having revival, and in case you don't know what revival is, most black churches have them. um, it's church for a straight week. There's a different pastor every night. So on the last night of revival, there was a pastor that came from out of town, I think from Georgia, and he was like, God's laid on my heart to have a praise and worship night. Okay, cool. I was raised in a church, so all right, it's regular. Whew, these motherfuckers turned off the lights. They turned off all the lights. The only thing on in the church was this huge cross glowing in the front. That's all there was. All right. So I'm there. Okay. And of course, they praise and worship like on fucking cue. So they're on the ground, rolling around, screaming. And by the way, I didn't mention the pastor's wife who wore her hair in this weird French roll all the time. She is on the piano. She cannot play it worth a fuck. So she's just banging on the piano. And as long as she's banging on the piano, they're praising and worshiping. So now the lights are off. People are screaming and moaning. And they're rolling around on the floor. All of a sudden, Nicole drops to the floor and she starts doing the same thing. So I grab my purse and I've never seen these fucking people again. So, and it's not that Nicole did not try, okay? So it took me about 3 months to get rid of her. 3 months to get rid of her. I remember one incident. She came by my house and I had some friends there. My friends knew about the whole situation. They knew about the whole ordeal. They probably thought I was, as stupid as y'all are thinking I am right now. It's cool. So, she came to the house and she knocks on the door. I look through the peephole and I'm like, oh shit, it's Nicole. So we all turn off all the lights and everything. Now I'm still looking at her through the peephole. Do you know this bitch puts her ear to the door to see if I'm like there? For 3 months, these people left bags of fruits and vegetables and like just toys for my child and all that stuff at the door, trying to get me to come back, I guess. Oh, this is some midsummer stuff. Listen, I don't know. Gigi, how are you? And yes, thank you. I finally got it up and running. Hey, Barbie, I was actually just talking about you. And I told the story about the time I was in a cult for a month. So yeah, that's the story about me being in a cult for a month. And I did not know it was a cult because I was too fascinated with the food and I was too stupid. So yeah, I got blinded by the pasteles. And then, okay, there was another story I told about the time I have a daughter who is 14 and I found out I was pregnant with her on a Saturday and I had her on a Monday. Thank you for that lurk, Moonlight. What did you do? Oh, we were talking about your horrible driving on GTA, of course. So, yeah. With my daughter, I found out that I was pregnant on Saturday, had her on Monday. So, yes, I was one of those rare cases where I had no idea that I was pregnant. That was the one story time. And then the other one was about the guy that I dated randomly who used to bathe in fucking dish soap. People really like that one for some reason. I don't know why. But yes, Barbie, we were talking about your horrendous driving on Grand Theft Auto. You're a good driver. Don't you dare lie. Don't you dare lie. His skin must have been so ashy. I mean, he was a little dry. So, okay, do y'all want to hear about the dish soap or the time that I didn't know I was pregnant? I mean, either or. We can start with the dish soap. Okay. So, there was this guy who I really liked, obviously. So, we had been on a couple of dates, like several, because I was comfortable enough to go to his house. So it was my first time at his house. We were actually supposed to have met up somewhere, but he was running late. He asked me, could I come? So I'm like, okay, cool. So while I'm there waiting for him to get ready, I'm like, okay, I need to use the bathroom. Okay, fine. So I go in the bathroom, doing my bathroom stuff, and the bathroom smells familiar. Okay, because he just got out of the shower. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what is that smell? I've smelled it before, but what is it? So I look at the tub, and there is Dawn dish soap. Like Blue Dawn. Blue Dawn dish soap. Yes. Yes. he I don't know if he washed his hair in it, but this is the fucking dish soap they use to get the oil off the ducks in the ocean. Okay? So yeah. Yes, the one for the ducks. That's it. So I want to say about this time I was maybe 23, 24, maybe. And I was a little bit shallow, but this turned me off like no fucking other. Okay? I just red flags, okay? And I dipped. And I actually just recently started to like speak to him again, and he actually follows me, and I don't know if he's in here, but don't say anything or people will know I'm talking about you. So, yeah, he bathed in Blue Dawn dish soap. Hopefully, he doesn't do that anymore. I hope he doesn't do that anymore. That's not shallow, that's just common sense. I don't know if he like washed his hair in there like I don't know. I have no idea. Lord, there's a racist and there's an asshole in the chat. Ape banana muncher. Suck peen. Listen, where is my moderator? Get this motherfucker out of here. Like really? Why are the racists in the chat? I don't know. Suck my literal and proverbial dick. Okay? Look at this. Here they go again. You fat monkey. Lord. Where are my mods? Aiden Murray? You have nothing better to do. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go, Seeker. Yo, there's a bunch of them. That's crazy. I have no idea. Your life is sad. Oh, okay. Okay, towards the racists. Okay, okay. 4chan. Yes, there was a racist raid. That's crazy. If we use his real name, we could probably find his mommy and tell on him because he's probably like 12 if he's that stupid. Quite honestly, if you're that fucking stupid, you probably learned it from your sad ass parents. So there's no point in telling his mom. But anyway, 4chan start. I haven't heard 4chan in like years. I will say that. But y'all don't be bothered because I'm not bothered. Y'all don't be bothered because I'm not bothered. There are whole adults that there are whole adults that act like that. So yeah, I don't care. That's fan behavior. And if I control your emotions that much, we go together. They owe me for Valentine's. Definitely doesn't shower. Greasy ass nigga in his. Lord. Back to your story. Yes, back to regular scheduled programming. Anyway, so yeah, I actually, well, yeah, I said that I've started back talking to him, and he might be in the chat. I don't know. Hopefully not. But if so, hey, I'm sorry. I was talking about you. They must use Dawn too, because they tanks must be super dry to be that mad. super dry. Okay, so next story. Next story, the time that I did not know that I was pregnant. Like I literally had my daughter. I found out I was pregnant with her on Saturday, and then I ended up having her on Monday. So that show, I didn't know I was pregnant, could like be a real thing. I could have been on it. I could have definitely have been on it. Wait, so no, like literally, like I found out I was pregnant Saturday, labored all through Sunday, had her on Monday. How? I was 16 and stupid, okay? No signs? Okay, whenever I look back, there were plenty of signs, but because I was young, I was a teenage girl or whatever, like I didn't pay attention. My life was high school and wanting to go to Friday night football and all that stuff. So, yeah, I didn't know. So here goes that story. So, I want to say that Friday, um let's see, this was around the time of my sister and her husband's wedding anniversary, and we were all getting together for like a cookout, something pretty chill with the family or whatever. And they came the night before and we ordered pizza. We ordered pizza from Domino's. Everything was regular. We had pizza, movie, whatever. Um Auto Mode Properties. I don't know what that is. Okay, either way. We ordered pizza, we watched movies, whatever. So, um that night I started to get like stomach cramps or whatever. And I didn't really think anything of it. But what really set it off at the time, my niece was about 2. She comes in my room and she starts jumping on my bed. Um, I start jumping with her, and that made the cramps worse. So I'm like, okay, I need to lay down. So that's when everything kind of started. So the next day comes, I did not sleep that night, like at all. Like at all. So I'm like sick as a fucking dog. And obviously everybody here knows that I am um obviously a whore for food. So they're having this big cookout for their anniversary, but I don't go because I'm just that sick. So my mom is like, okay, if you don't feel any better by the time I get home, I'm going to take you to the emergency room. So they leave, they do their thing. Stupid me doesn't realize that my cramps and stuff are coming on like a pattern. So, yeah. So I'm walking around the house. I'm completely hot. I'm sweating. I'm in pain. Everything hurts. So I don't know what's going on. So my mom gets home. She's like, okay, you don't feel any better. And I'm like, no. We go to the emergency room. And if you're a woman, you know, anytime you go to the emergency room, they give you a pregnancy test. So they give me a pregnancy test. I'm sitting in there with my mother. I'm in pain. The doctor comes in and says, congratulations, you're pregnant. You don't say congratulations to a 16-year-old because she's pregnant and her mom is sitting next to her. So I don't know if it was because of like adrenaline or what. But yeah, I the pain went away because I was like, oh my God, she's gonna beat my ass. Like I was scared. That was We rode home. She was so mad that she the radio was off. It was like silence, complete silence. So we get home. I go to my room, and she goes in hers, and yeah, it's just quiet. So she comes in and she talks to me about my plans for this baby, blah 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 blah. So actually, before I left the emergency room, I told them that I was in pain, and they said it was likely that I was having a miscarriage. It was likely I was having a miscarriage. So my mom was like, if this pregnancy goes on, you know, what's your plans for the baby? We got that talk out of the way. So the following day, I'm still in pain. My sister is alarmed by this because at that point she'd had 2 kids. She's like, this isn't normal. So I couldn't get into my regular like doctor. So she had to take me to the health department. Um, The what about the cramps? Oh, they were still there, but they told me that I may be having a miscarriage. And honestly, whenever you're having a miscarriage, there's nothing that the ER can do for you. You literally have to ride that shit out. There's nothing they can do. So the next day, my sister was like, "There's not normal. I'm gonna take her into the doctor." Couldn't get in with my regular physician, so I ended up having to go to the health department. So we get to the health department, and I'm in there. I am in pain. Okay, I'm sweating profusely. Like at this point, I have not slept. I look horrible. So they want to do an exam. I get up on the table, and if you're a woman, you know how they do the exams, okay? So she starts doing her thing, and then this lady slides all the way back. She has like the most terrified look on her face. She looks at me and she's like, "I'm gonna have to call an ambulance." And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, "Okay, what's wrong with me? Why are you calling an ambulance?" She was like, "Because I can feel your baby's hair." So I'm like, "What?" I'm so lost. I don't know what's going on. My sister sees the doctor run out of the room and make a beeline down the hall. So my sister's like, "What the hell is going on?" Of course. So she's in there with me, and I was like, "She said she could feel the baby's hair." So she goes completely pale. She's like, "What?" So she was like, "I called 911. Like the doctor came in. I called 911. The ambulance is on the way. You need to go to her house. You need to get her some clothes. You need to get some clothes for the baby." So I get in the ambulance, and at this point, I have been in labor for a really long time. Okay, all natural. I've been in labor for a really long time. I get in there, and I literally look at him, and I'm like, "Do y'all do epidurals in here?" Because at this point, I've accepted the fact that I'm in labor. Like, I need pain medication. I need it now. I don't care if someone just like cold cocks me upside the head and I pass out. I don't care. So anyway, I get to the hospital and I'm finally relieved because I'm like, "Yo, I get to get medicine. I'm not going to feel this pain anymore." No. This no. Because I was so young, I had to wait for my mother to get there, who was an hour away. So I had to do this for another hour. Okay? So, I'm sitting there. I went ahead and I changed out. They're hooking me up to everything, and they're looking at me, and they're like, the nurse was just like, "She's pregnant," and they're like, "Yeah, we need to figure out how far along she is." So about this time, this is the smallest I've ever been in my life because I was a teenager. I was much smaller than I am now. They send me for an ultrasound, and they put, the jelly on my belly or whatever. There's a whole ass baby in there. Arms, legs, head, body, a whole baby. I was 36 weeks pregnant. 36 weeks. So, my mom finally gets there. I get my epidural, all of that stuff, and I'm calm. Like, I couldn't get to sleep because, I just found out I'm having a baby, but I don't have pain anymore. So they told me that the baby should be there by lunchtime. It's still the morning, so I'm like, "Okay, cool." So they came in, they finally checked me. After all that time, for the women who have had babies and the men who have had kids or whatever, after all that time, I had only dilated to 3. 3. 3. That's it. So they're telling me this baby's going to be here by 12. They sleep on a bed of lies. 12 comes. 1 comes. 2 comes. 3 comes. I'm still at a 3 or a 4. "Hey, Jetta, how are you?" So, yeah, I'm still at a 3 or a 4. So, finally, we got to a point, unfortunately, because they have the monitor over you, and you can hear the baby's heartbeat or whatever. And my best friend at the time had come to the hospital, and she's sitting with me. She's shocked as shit. And I stop and I'm like, "Do you hear that?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Exactly. I don't hear anything." And that's when the nurses and stuff come in. It turns out my baby had lost some oxygen. So they take me in for an emergency C-section. So This is the weirdest C-section that I have ever had, well, ever seen. Weirdest C-section I've ever seen, okay? So, I've looked at like a birth story and stuff like that on TLC and like all that other shit, and I've always seen it where it's pretty much like cut and dry. They cut you open, they take the baby out, right? So, yeah, this is a great time to join the stream, Zoche. So, anyway, this is gonna get kind of graphic, but this is like a horror channel, so you know, whatever. My C-section was not regular, and I've never seen anything else like this since. But I just never want to have kids. I couldn't imagine. Kids are broke best friends, but if you want them, that's cool. So they put a mirror over me so I could actually see my daughter being born. Um, but what we saw next was really, you know, not all that great. So they cut me open, and I saw them take out this pink ball and put it on my leg. Okay? So they cut open the pink ball, and they took the baby out, sewed the pink ball back together, and shoved it back in. So, they sewed me up, all that other stuff, and yeah, sent me on to recovery. That pink ball was my fucking uterus. They took my uterus out, put it on my fucking leg, cut the baby out, and sewed it back together and pushed that bitch back in. Yes, that's how my C-section went. And anytime I tell anybody this, they like don't believe me. My sister is the only reason, and I wish she was in here so she can attest to this. And once all the drugs wore off, I was like, okay, I imagine that. However, when I went to go get up, there was a spot on my leg with blood on it from where they put my uterus on my fucking leg. Yes, that happened. I wish my sister was in here so she could be like, yes, this happened. She witnessed it with me. So that's the story of my daughter's birth. Which, okay, and that kind of ties in with her having cerebral palsy. They couldn't. Okay, listen. The days after I had her were like a blur. Okay. I didn't get to see her for the first time until she was about 8 hours old, and I didn't get to hold her until she was, I want to say, about 5 days. She was about 5 days old when I finally got to hold her. She looked like a science experiment. It was just tubes everywhere. Because like I said, there was a little bit of oxygen deprivation. So she ended up having cerebral palsy. But they gave her a 10% chance of living through her first night. So we had actually called in our pastor and everything because we thought she was going to pass. So what ended up happening was she ended up living, obviously, because she's 14 now. She was in there for another 2 weeks, and she came home. So yeah, that's the story of her birth. She scared the shit out of me several times. First time by existing. So yeah. Story time. That's a good ending of that chapter. Yes, it is. It is. But I'm glad y'all enjoyed. I'm glad y'all enjoyed. You don't have any stories like that? I hope you never have any stories like that. I hope that never happens to any of you. Okay? But if it does, call me and share. I really can't imagine how horrible that was. I hope she's doing... Yeah, she's doing wonderful now. She'll actually be 15 this year. She'll be 15, and she goes to a school that's for special needs kids. Whenever I first had her and like during her appointments in the beginning, they told me that she was going to be like a vegetable. And people who are close to me and who have heard her in the background and all that stuff, she's anything but. So I am confused, no offense, but was she an accident since you never knew about it? And I don't mean to sound rude, but just confused. I mean, I wasn't getting pregnant on purpose at 16. I wouldn't say an accident. She was like a whoops. Didn't mean to do that. My bad. So yeah. Yeah, she is hype all the time. There is never downtime with her. Ever. Never ever. Always hype. But yeah, she is a fighter. She is. You weren't the first person I know who didn't know they were pregnant until they had the kid. I'm just glad that I'm not the person who had the baby in the toilet. Like I could get to a hospital. So she was hyped at like 12 last night. Yes, she was hyped last night when we were playing Phasmophobia because there were several times where we were like, "Was that the ghost?" And I'm like, "No, it's my kid. I'm sorry." Yes, she was a surprise. A really, really good surprise. A surprise. But also Seeker, she's just now going to sleep before I actually got on here. She had been up all night. And I ended up going to sleep. Now my daughter, while she is 14, cognitively she's about 2 or 3. So I ended up falling asleep last night. So she took that as an opportunity to have free reign over the house. So I woke up this morning and she had taken one of those things of cocoa powder and it was completely in her bed and she was covered in it. And yeah, listen, she gets into things all the time, all the time. So yeah, um, she had pretty much ransacked the house. One of my ex's brothers had cerebral palsy. He had a lot more motor issues than any cognitive. Yeah, it could go either way. The school that she goes to, there's kids on every end of the spectrum. I consider myself and her like really lucky because she's in a position where she doesn't have to take any sort of medication or anything like that. Other than having cerebral palsy, she's actually healthy. There's no like real other health issues, like not a lot that has like come up over the years. So, yeah, I can't think of any other stories. I've had some crazy shit happen to me, but yeah. And I'm glad y'all don't have stories like mine, because that would be horrible. But while I have you all here, while I have you all here, well, some of you here, want to hear about how I got abandoned in the hood by. What? What? Want to hear how I got abandoned in the hood by a meth dealer? How's that a question? Fuck yes, I want to hear that. First of all, what? Okay, people have followed me and I have not. Okay, thank you for all the follows, you guys. Thank you for all the follows. Want me to jump in a voice chat really quick? Yes, we can definitely do that if you tell me how. I don't know how, but yeah, I'm super I want to know. That's a weekly event for you, Zoche? What do y'all have going? What what is your lives? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, okay. We're gonna have story time with Seeker. Listen, that was not a joke. I don't believe it. But let me get Seeker up here really quickly. Just a second. Bear with me. I am stupid still when it comes to all of this stuff. Okay, open. Here we go. Okay, Seeker, you're gonna have to start a voice chat with me, and then I will. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hello. Hi. Is not synced up with my voice? Okay, can you guys hear Seeker or no? Can they hear you? No, they can't. They can't hear you. No. Okay, they're saying it's extremely quiet. Okay, hold on. Matter of fact, hold on a second. How about we make this a Discord story while I work on this? I can add an audio capture thing into it for the just chatting and stuff so people can join me and all of that stuff. But yeah, let's make it a Discord story. Hold on a second. So after I get off, this will be a Discord story. Seeker will tell y'all how he was abandoned by a meth dealer in the hood. Hold on a second. Okay. So let me get this back right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this. Okay. Okay. He built different? Clearly. That's never happened to me. Ooh. Okay. Let's pull this back up. Okay, got it. All this stuff is still very confusing to me. So I'm sorry. I don't know how to do a lot of it still. But I saw some people got banned. One message was deleted by a moderator. Was it another racist? Was there another asshole in the chat? I don't get why people do that. That's so weird. But I'm going to be finishing up Outlast asking stupid questions. He asked, was I a man? Oh, do I look like a man? Do I sound like a man? Do I... Okay. Anyway, I will be finishing up Outlast 2 today. I want to... It's a bit discouraging. What is? I'm not discouraged. But yeah, I want to go ahead and finish that up today. I want to say I have about 2.5 hours left of it. So yeah, I want to try to get on that at about 5:30 or so. 5:30 or so I can go ahead and get it done and get it finished. It won't look like this because I'm gonna have to stream it straight from my PlayStation. But yeah. And then Friend Friday, I also still want to do that. I really want to see. I want to know how it ends too. Probably with us dying. It'd be crazy though if we did all of that just to die. But I want to do Friend Friday. My capture card is going to be installed later today. So I want to get into some I won't be streaming Saturday. That's my day. But if we don't get into Friend Friday on Sunday, I want to do some Raiku's Fragments. Yes, that is EST, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, trolls don't discourage me. Someone's opinion of me is none of my business. That's your opinion. You own that. I don't give a shit about anything you own. So yeah, Sunday I will try to get into that if I'm not able to get to Friend Friday today. And like I said, anybody who can give me a good jump scare will win something. Would anyone ever want to see Robin play D? What's D&D? What is that? What's D&D? Mrs. Claus, like, yeah, you have to like overcome that. You have to be like, because literally, someone's opinion, they have ownership of that opinion. That is their opinion. It's none of your business. Just say, okay, and keep it moving. Dungeons and Dragons? Okay, I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons kind of chick or guy, according to that person. Y'all would have to teach me how to play it. I would have to make a whole other channel for it to be like a variety channel. I would be fun dungeons and I would have to look it up. And it's crazy because everybody knows all about it. I can see, and I know nothing. I've been playing for 15 years. Lord, I could be a D&D queen. Okay. I mean, if I can be the queen of it, I'll fuck with it. If I can be the queen of it, I'll definitely fuck with it. Thank you, Rob. I'm going to go for it. One of these days, absolutely not. You go for it now. Now. You need to stop wearing, like, right now what people like, how they feel or what they think about you. But I will say there has been certain life experiences that I've had where it has pushed me to not give a shit about how people like what they think. So yeah, you need to do that shit now. Well, I might get into some Dungeons and Dragons. I would have to create another channel because I want this to be like all the scary shit, you know? Yes, be unapologetically you, okay? Just, I can't tell you how good it feels to not give a shit. Like, it just, it's like, it's amazing, okay? Because I know that a lot of people, whenever trolls and stuff come into the chat or whatever, I know that does discourage a lot of people. But again, for like the third or fourth time, people have ownership of their opinions. And I did not ask for it, so that is still your opinion. You own it. I don't pay rent towards it or anything, so fuck you. Yeah. So, Dungeon, I'm just sensitive. You know, I used to be sensitive, believe it or not. I'm expecting Last King to pop up and make a comment about that. But I used to be really sensitive. I used to care a lot about what people felt about me or how they thought of me. But you can't pay bills with people's thoughts. So, and people's thoughts don't put you to bed at night. People's thoughts don't, you know. See, there he goes. He said BS. I did used to be really sensitive to how people felt, but yeah. Because while you're concerned about how they feel about you, they're living. They don't care. If anything, they're proud that they got to you. And I'm not the kind of person that's going to give you the satisfaction. So, when I was 5, no. Listen, okay? If they're going to be pressed already, might as well laugh at them. Listen, yes. I always say that if you're that emotional or that pressed about me, we go together. We go together. We're in a relationship. So I need my bills paid. You owe me some shit from Valentine's Day. You know, we go together now. You my boyfriend. So yeah. Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna have to get into that. But yeah, Sunday I want to do some Ryko's or girlfriend. Yeah, I got listen, if you're gonna be pressed and I'm gonna control your emotions, you can be my boyfriend, you can be my girlfriend, whatever. We go together though. Hey there. Okay, your name is concerning because I don't know how to pronounce it. And I don't want to say how I think you pronounce it. So we're just chatting. We're just talking about random stuff. Just it's not on one track. We can do some practice runs with you and your friends before you stream it all. We can do that. We can do that. Um, when would y'all like to do that? Actually, listen. Okay, Grain already said it. Okay, Grain already said it. So We're we're gonna leave it there. But hey, how you doing? I've never seen you here before. Hope all is great. Hello there, Florida baby. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, we can definitely do that and do a practice run before I stream it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday I'm free. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I'm free all the time. I'm not doing shit. So, okay, so yeah, Outlast today. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to eat. Oh, hello from London. Hey, London. I saw your channel on the Explore and decided to check it out. Wait, I'm on the Explore? Really? Oh, I fucks with it. I fucks with it. Damn. Robin's big dick in it now? I am. No offense to you, PP Smalls, though. But thank you for that follow. Here from Dallas, Texas. I too am from Texas. I am from Killeen, Texas. I am from Killeen, Texas. But yeah, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to feed myself. Do what I have to do. And then at 5:30 I will be on what's the name? I will be on Outlast 2 finishing that up. Chicago? Ooh. I never did ask. Before I go, where are y'all from? Where's everybody from? You could just say the state if you would like to. Where's everybody from? I'm just curious. Florida. Okay, we got Florida. Louisiana, England, Denver, Dominican Republic. We have somebody 16434-990. Roanoke, Virginia, New York City. And okay, I told y'all I love Spanish food and fucking Focus Like Bull and Nikki live in the best places that I have ever tasted Spanish food that was where it is, from where it was supposed to be. I'm jealous. So yeah, I'm literally Puerto Rican. I know. You're Puerto Rican AF. Please get me a plate. Please get me a plate. Please. Please. Platano Power, yes. Miss Jetta is Dominican. But my family is from East Orange and Newark, New Jersey. Not the best places in the world, but that's where they are from. So yeah. But damn it, now I want some Spanish food and the nearest place is like 30 minutes away. Dang it. But yeah, I am going to eat and then I will be back with you guys. I know the stream is going to be kind of early, but with those of you who can make it, I will definitely Uber Eats. Let me tell you, I can't do Uber Eats because where I live at is a very small town. So we have a population of about 8,000 people. We don't have Uber. We don't have Lyft. We don't have a mall. The biggest thing we have is Walmart, and it is fairly new. So there's that. So no, we don't have all those great things. If I want to go to the movies or I want to go to the mall, I have to go about 2 towns over. So yeah. What time on my end, it is 2:28 p.m. So yeah. So I'll be back here, like I said, 5:30. I want to eat. Actually, I have time to go and get Spanish food. See what y'all did? Now I gotta spend money on Spanish food. Okay. Anyway, I need to go eat. And y'all, nourish yourselves and all of that. And be back here at 5:30 so we can finish Outlast. Okay? Bye.